Well, as you just pointed out, Mauro, with my tail of the tape here for this middleweight world championship fight, 47-7-2. We're talking about wins against all kinds of champions across the board, but John Salter's finally getting his chance at that title. 18-4, only one time has he gone the complete distance.
With the official introductions for tonight's Bellator middleweight championship bout, here is Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA live on Showtime from Mohegan Sun Arena. The time has come for tonight's main event. 5-minute rounds for the Bellator Middleweight World Championship. Sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation, Chairman James Gester, President of Sports and Entertainment Mr. Tom Cantone, Chief of Mohegan Tribe Lynn Minerva, and supervising at cage side Director Mike Mazzulli. And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 6'1", weighing in 185 pounds. As the #1 ranked contender, he enters with 18 professional victories, 4 losses, fighting out of Wilmington, North Carolina, presenting the challenger, John Salter. And across the cage, the champion tonight fights out of the red corner at 6'2", weighing in 185 pounds. The 6-time world champion tonight makes his first defense after regaining Bellator gold. His professional record, remarkable at 47 victories, just 7 defeats with 2 draws. Fighting out of Amsterdam, Netherlands, the defending Bellator middleweight world champion, Gegard Mousasi. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
All right, gentlemen, in center, please. All right, guys, been through the rules in the locker room. Want to obey my commands at all time. Want to take yourselves at all time. Great job, gentlemen. Good luck, both of you.
Dan Mergliata set to officiate tonight's main event for the Bellator middleweight championship. Gegard Mousasi, now a 2-time champion in this division against John Salter. 8-1 in Bellator with 1 knockout and 6 submissions. The bell in round 1, the champion Mousasi in the red gloves, the challenger, the southpaw Salter in the blue gloves. And Mousasi told me prior to tonight's fight that he was going to, quote, bulldoze Salter, close quote.
He told me something very similar. And, you know, we'll see if he can do it, because John Salter,
he's not an easy out,
is a terror for everyone, because he's so good at getting you to the ground and then dominating you on the ground. Gegard Mousasi has got to be careful.
26 of Mousasi's 47 victories have been via form of knockout. Salter was TKO'd once against Gerald Harris in a UFC fight back in January of 2010 as Mousasi moves forward.
Nice 1-2 combination, but it is the hand speed of Mousasi where I see a big difference in the stand-up. He is known for his hand speed. He's got a very fast and sharp jab that he utilizes quite frequently. Go back to his fight against Rory McDonald, and you can see the difference in speed. And look at how
good takedown defense being exhibited by Mousasi.
It was good. He stopped it, but you saw that John Salter did not just go with 1 attempt. He continued forward and gets the takedown. We'll see what he can do with it.
Salter began training Jiu-Jitsu at the age of 21 as a black belt. Also competed in the ADCC 2017 World Championship, when that's the highest level of grappling, John.
Absolutely, and you see Salter doing a very nice job of keeping that leg of Gegard Mousasi up, so he cannot use it to get himself back to his feet. He's got to free that leg.
Salter's 6 submission victories in Bellator middleweight competition are the most in divisional history. Mousasi has been submitted 3 times in his career.
This right here is just a chess match of Mousasi trying to keep his hips up against the cage, while Salter wants to bring his hips off of it so he can put his back down onto the canvas.
It's been nearly 7 years since Mousasi was submitted. That came against Ronaldo Jacare Souza, they split fights and want to wish Jacare all the best in his future endeavors, having retired from the sport of MMA, a former Strikeforce champion.
Recently just retired, fantastic fighter, fantastic person, going back to the world of BJJ.
Mousasi wanting to get back up to a vertical base. Salter looking to take his back, maintaining hold on his foot.
Notice him controlling that ankle. Basic wrestling right there. You keep that person's foot from being able to be planted on the ground. He cannot have a base. This is what John Salter does. Notice how he is now just systematically gotten himself towards the back of Gegard Mousasi. He's still not in a position to even think about getting the submission, but position before submission, and that's what John Salter is doing.
And years ago, a grappling heavy strategy was probably the easiest way to beat Mousasi, but that hasn't been the case in recent times.
No, the one thing about Gegard, he is very underrated in his ground game. His ground game is outstanding, especially from the top position. And he knew that coming into this that Salter was going to work at getting him down, and he could not allow himself to just accept the position. He had to always work towards getting himself back to his feet and away from John Salter.
It was Mousasi's older brother who got him training in grappling after Mousasi started with judo and boxing as a child. Then Mousasi on his feet, coming up on the final minute of the opening round as Salter continues to control from behind, looking to take Mousasi to the canvas.
Mousasi fighting the hands, trying to turn into John Salter. That's a good move by Mousasi, but with Salter's hands, if he can get them together, he can get that takedown again.
Mousasi has 12 submissions, and right now just trying to create some form of separation, break the grip of John Salter with 30 seconds left in the round.
That was a nice knee inside. Very nice knee by Mousasi, and what he's doing right now, he's making John Salter work. It's not exciting for anyone, but John is working really hard at trying to get these takedowns and keep him down. That's going to play out as this fight goes longer.
Elbow strike by Mousasi as the first round comes to a close.
Right, clean, no strike. All right, second round, let's go, guys.
Bell, round two. Based on what you saw in that opening 5 minutes, how do you have it on your unofficial scorecard?
Based on what I saw, probably the best strike landed was John Salter. He had the control of it. I give the round 10-9 to John Salter.
A more aggressive Gegard Mousasi starting here in round two, although he gets clipped by the left from Salter.
He does, but one thing that's going to change, look at how sweaty both guys are now. All those submissions.
Right hand lands for Mousasi.
All those submissions that John likes to go after, it's going to be very hard to hold on and get the takedown against Gegard Mousasi. John needs to move his feet in those situations. If you're going to move, I want you to move either laterally, left or right, and think of your counter strikes. Don't just go backwards.
Minute gone here in the second. Mousasi stalking Salter. Salter blocks that kick.
And that's a smart
with a straight left.
What you saw with the high kick from Mousasi, that's a smart move by Mousasi because John has got to block that. He can't take the chance of trying to slip it and hitting him in the head. So it holds him in a position where he's not going to be able to catch the leg, and he's going to end up either blocking or eating the strike.
Southpaw Salter leads with the left. Minute and a half gone in the second. Mousasi allowing Salter to move to his right, reset.
John is just looking for that moment where he can change levels and get into the hip structure of Gegard Mousasi. He's just not finding that timing right now.
Mousasi walking down Salter. Straight left, that High kick again by Mousasi. 2 minutes gone here in the second round.
See, right, this is the type of fight that will wear John Salter out.
Pressure by Mousasi.
Exactly, relentless pressure, and it makes it to where John's not comfortable. And when you're not comfortable in the fight, you tend to burn energy.
There's the takedown attempt, and Mousasi stops the takedown, but the tenacious Salter continues to secure it and does so. 1 for 3.
And that was half of a round with Gegard Mousasi landing a lot of clean, crisp striking. We'll see what John Salter can do from the grappling position.
Officially the second takedown secured by John Salter. Mousasi just sitting down, not wanting to try to wall walk now, trying maybe to do so.
He's going to try the wall walk, but he knows right now that John wants to pull his hips off of that cage. Pull the hips off so I can swing you around and get your back onto the canvas. That's why Gegard is using that fence as a balance point. Landing little strikes. Right here, you're seeing Salter's trying to bring those legs together so he can get his hands together. This is very exhausting by John Salter. If he gets this, that's good for him, but if he doesn't, it's going to start to demoralize him as far as it burned a lot of energy and ended up with nothing. And that elbow strike that you're looking at, that's super important for Gegard Mousasi to go back to that, because that will make John Salter bring his hand off of the leg up to protect his head.
Mousasi continues to defend, now in top position with Salter on his back. Mousasi posturing up. Final minute of the second. Piston leg left hand by Mousasi, stacking Salter against the fence.
And this right here, people look and they think, you know, John Salter great on the ground. Well, trust me, in the top position, Gegard Mousasi is a monster.
He wants to jackhammer those punches from distance.
He's got great hips. Watch how he'll bring the hip pressure forward, and then he brings heavy strikes down. Right now, John Salter is starting to eat a lot of shots.
Mousasi looking to want to deliver on another prediction I heard him make, that he would stop it in the second round. 20 seconds left. Mousasi ground and pound on the challenger, John Salter.
This is classic Gegard Mousasi.
The dream catcher looking to smash the dreams of the #1 contender. Strong finish to round 2 for the Bellator middleweight champion. So grueling action through the first 2 rounds of tonight's main event. Gegard Mousasi used to sweating excellence, both of them dripping in sweat and finesse. John Salter, again, a guy who always determined to get the finish. And John, we have it on the screen. You have it 19-19 after 2 rounds. Why?
I have it 19-19 because I gave John Salter the first, because he landed a couple of good strikes, the knee strikes, and had the positioning with the grappling. The grappling took place more than anything, so he got the round 10-9. Gegard Mousasi definitely won the second round
because of that.
Bigger than John Salter won the first, but it's still a 10-9. I have it as an even fight.
Yeah, because of the numbers you just saw on your screen. One-way traffic in terms of offensive strikes landed by Mousasi in round 2, and he continues to hunt down the #1 contender, Salter. Salter looks for the takedown. Blocked again by Mousasi.
Stonewalled that attempt right there. Beautiful job by Mousasi. All those attempts as John Salter starts to shoot those shots and they don't work, it's just going to start to become this tidal wave that works against him.
Salter now 2 for 5 in the takedown department. Not surprisingly, Mousasi yet to attempt a takedown. But he has a huge advantage in terms of punches thrown and landed.
Nice shot, actually, by John Salter, but look who ends up in the top position, and that's because John's getting tired. He has put a lot of energy in trying to get Gegard down to the mat. It didn't work for him in the second round, and now he's got a lot of time that he's got to work with here to get himself out of this bad position.
Mousasi looking to perhaps secure mount on Salter, instead just plants him on the ground, delivering a steady diet of right hands, some of them sneaking through this guard of Salter. Referee on top of the action.
It's a championship fight, but John's got to do something to stop what Gegard's doing.
The Mousasi onslaught ends with Gegard Mousasi successfully beginning his record second Bellator middleweight title reign with a successful title defense, stopping John Salter and salting away the victory with some extra pepper on those punches. Yes, I've been waiting all night long to say it, John.
Well, what Gegard did is he just showed you what a true professional and a guy that understands fighting, remains so calm during moments where people think he's in trouble.
That's his older brother there.
Yep.
Man instrumental for getting him into the martial arts.
Absolutely, but Gegard is calm throughout, and that helps with his energy. He's amazing when you look at what he can do against really good fighters, because he is just exceptional.
Mousasi living up to his promise of getting the stoppage.
Watch this, he just stonewalls that attempt by John Salter. And like I said, now that he's a little slippery, it makes it so much harder. Salter goes in on the leg, but ends up where he gets turned based upon the arm position of Gegard. Gegard just starts to open up with elbows. Look at the difference, look at the posture. See how he's got distance? Distance equals escape. But when you're John Salter and you're tired, for Gegard, it's meaning power. He's putting big, heavy shots on him. Salter can do nothing to stop the attack, and referee Dan Mergulata brings an end to it.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, due to unanswered strikes, referee Dan Mergulata steps in to wave off the contest officially. 2 minutes, 7 seconds into round number 3. The winner by TKO and still Bellator middleweight world champion, Gegard Mousasi.
One of the greatest mixed martial artists ever, Gegard Mousasi begins his second title reign successfully here tonight in the main event of Bellator 264. Here's Big John McCarthy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner and still the middleweight champion of the world, Gegard Mousasi. Congratulations on a beautiful performance, but a performance when you were taken down in the first round. You kept your calm, but how frustrated were you in trying to get up?
Well, I think I could have gotten up, but I didn't want to put myself into risk. He's still fresh, not slippery, not sweaty, so I didn't want to give him my back. So I felt like I was pressuring his head down, so I knew conditioning was on my side.
Let's talk about the pressure you brought in the stand-up, though, because you were bringing that forward pressure and you were landing crisp jabs, hard right hands. Talk about what he was taking in there.
Well, he's a southpaw. Everything is more difficult. So it was a little bit more difficult to get my punches in. But other than that, I felt good.
You look good. You said you were going to stop it in the second round. You went to the third, so a little bit off on the mystic part. But let's talk about the finish, because it was your ability to posture up and bring a lot of power down that made referee Dan Mergulata stop that fight.
Yeah, I told her from before, I'm way stronger than people think. And maybe I look skinny, but I'm a lot stronger. So physically, I was the stronger guy there. So on top, I felt like just pressure him, put my weight on him, hurt him with punches, make him feel the pressure. And it was a 5-rounder, so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, don't do everything now because you can go 5.
Well, congratulations on another title defense, your second reign as the Bellator champion. I'm going to bring in the man that's going to be your next opponent, Mr. Austin Vanderford. Austin, what did you think of that performance by Gegard?
Hey, man, he's a legend in the sport. I thought he went in there and took care of business, and I'm excited to get out there and test myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, soon the next middleweight championship fight, your champion, Gegard the Dream Catcher Mousasi against Austin Vanderford.